In our last episode, we talked about the root break, the courage to sever from the host systems that defined you to become a sovereign being. But now comes the most important question. What do you do with that sovereignty? Freedom isn't chaos. A king without a government creates a failed state. A gardener who just throws seeds on the ground gets a weed-choked mess. A sovereign gardener isn't a single crop. It's a complex, self-sustaining ecosystem. And what if your inner world isn't a single ruler, but a council of seasons? After my root break, I was alone. I had my sovereignty, but I was a kingdom of one, and it was chaotic inside. The fear from my childhood would clash with the anger from my teens. The love for my family would battle with the critical mind from prison. It wasn't until I stopped trying to be one thing and started to see myself as a community, a living, breathing internal ecosystem, that I started to find peace. I learned to convene my internal council, and I saw that each member governed a different season of the self. For example, the gut would be my winter. The gut is the head of security. It was forged in the cold of my childhood fear and the harsh realities of street life. On the surface, winter seems barren, silent, and dead, but that's an illusion. Winter is the season of deep, quiet wisdom and preservation. The gut doesn't think in pretty words. It feels in vibrations. It's the deep frost that perseveres your core. The instinct that knows the threat before your mind can name it. It's the part of us that says, this person isn't safe, or this path feels wrong. You don't argue with winter. You listen to its silence and respect its boundaries. Then there's the mind. Its season is spring. The mind is our chief of staff. It was sharpened in the rebellion of my teens, the books I devoured, and the analytical survival of prison. Spring is the season of sharp, energetic planning. It breaks down the frozen, old structures of winter, the dogmas, the limitations, and makes way for the new. It's the part of us that analyzes, strategizes, and asks, how? It takes the raw, intuitive data from the gut and builds a plan, a structure, a map. But spring can be overzealous, wanting to plant too much, too fast. It needs the other seasons to temper its enthusiasm. Next, there's the heart. Its season is summer. The heart is our chief diplomat. It was tempered by the complex loves of my 20s and 30s, the fierce love for my daughter, the love for my family. Summer is lush, abundant, and connecting. It feels the warmth and radiates it outward. This is the part of you that feels compassion, joy, connection, and grief. It's the season of full bloom, of relationship, of empathy. The heart's job is to connect your internal ecosystem to the external world and build bridges to feel the weather of the people. But a perpetual summer can lead to burnout. It needs the fall to harvest and to winter to rest. And finally, there is the spirit. This season would be autumn. The spirit is the sovereign. It emerged from my near-death experiences, my meditation, and the hard-won trust of my 30s and 40s. Autumn is the season of the harvest. It observes everything. It doesn't do the work of other seasons, but it understands the cycles. It knows what to keep, the ripe, nourishing fruit of experience, and what to let go, the dead leaves of past hurts and old identities. The sovereign holds the wisdom of all other seasons. It feels the gut's warning, values the mind's plan, and honors the heart's connection. But it makes the final calm decision for the good of the entire ecosystem. It is the conscience eye that can observe a winter storm of fear or a summer blaze of passion without being consumed by it. Think of the journey. It begins in the deep winter of Scorpio. This is the realm of the gut. It's the season of death, transformation, and the unseen. The Scorpio sting, the backbiter, the kiss of death, this is the necessary ending. The composting of the old self, the gut instinctively understands. It's the dark, fertile soil where everything begins and ends. From that decay erupts the spring of Aries. This is the mind, the first spark of life. Aries, the warrior, the pioneer, the raw, impulsive energy that says, I am. It breaks through the frozen earth of Scorpio's winter, all thrust and forward motion. It's the chief of staff, initiating the new plan with bold, sometimes reckless energy. This blooms into the full summer of Leo. This is the heart radiating outwards. Leo is a sovereign heart, the center of its own universe, expressing creativity, love, and pride. It's the chief diplomat in its most glorious state, warm, generous, and seeking connection and recognition. It's the garden in full, abundant bloom. And this leads to the autumn of Aquarius. This is the spirit. The sovereign Aquarius is the observer on the mountain, the one who sees the entire pattern, the interconnectedness of all things. It doesn't get lost in the drama of the other signs. It harvests the innovative ideas, the community wisdom, and understands its role within the whole human family. It's the season of enlightened, detached governance. The cycle continues through all the other signs, the nurturing of Taurus, the analysis of Virgo, the balance of Libra, each one a nuance in the great ecosystem, but the core pillars are there. Scorpio's end, the gut, Aries beginning, the mind, Leo's expression, heart, and Aquarius integration, spirit. You are not just a static self, you are a living zodiac, a microcosm of the cosmos. Your internal seasons are not linear, they are spiral. You will pass through the Scorpio winter of a loss many times, each time at a higher level of understanding. You will experience the Aries spring of a new beginning again and again, each initiation wiser than the last. Understanding this reframes your entire life. Your negative traits aren't flaws. They are just a season out of balance. An overactive Scorpio gut can become paranoia. An unchecked Aries mind can become pure aggression. But in their right season and balance, they are your essential strength. You are not fighting your nature. You are learning to dance with your personal zodiac. You are learning to honor the Scorpio within you when it's time to let go, to unleash the Aries when it's time to begin, to bask in the Leo when it's time to love, and to channel the Aquarius when it's time to lead from a place of higher wisdom. For years, I was at war with my own seasons. I hated the cold of my gut's winter. I was ashamed of the chaotic growth of my mind's spring. I tried to live in a perpetual summer of the heart, which is impossible. True sovereignty is not the tyranny of one season over the others. It is the harmonious governance of the entire council. So, I ask you, who is on your internal council? Is your winter gut running the show with constant fear? Is your spring mind in overdrive, analyzing everything to death? Are you trying to force a false summer, avoiding healthy conflict to keep the peace? The goal is to give each season a seat at the table, to let your gut secure your boundaries, your mind craft your strategy, your heart build your connections, and your spirit, your sovereign, hold the gavel and make the final balance call. Your inner world is not a problem to be solved. It is a landscape to be tended, a community to be led. This cycle isn't just a macro event that happens over 4 months of the year. It's a micro pulse that happens in a single day, a single hour, even in a single moment. You can wake up in the morning with the winter gut of anxiety, move into the spring mind of planning your day, feel the summer heart joy of a friend's message, and reach the autumn spirit clarity of making a tough decision all before lunch. The most powerful skill you can develop is to pause in any given moment and ask, what season is governing me right now in this situation? Is this anger a winter storm that needs to be felt and preserved as a boundary? Or is it a spring fire I need to channel into decisive action? Is this joy a summer bloom I should fully bask in and share? Or is it an autumn harvest, a sign that I'm on the right path? Once you identify the season, you gain agency. You are no longer the victim of your own weather. You can choose to prolong a season, savoring that summer joy by sharing it. Or you can choose to progress through it, using your spring mind to analyze the root of your winter fear and plant a new thought to break that cycle. Your internal ecosystem is a living, breathing, moment-to-moment reality. Governing it means being the ever-present gardener who knows the soil, reads the sky, and tends to each season as it comes, ensuring the entire garden thrives. Next time we'll take this governed sovereign self out into the world. What is your duty to the other gardens around you? That's in episode 5, The Steward's Vow. See you in a few.